Hello, everybody. I hope you all are doing well this morning or afternoon, depending on where you live. So, today we're going to be talking about a lot of things. I'm going to start off talking about herb books. I'm going to start talking about Dr. Llaila's books and some other new books that I recently got and give like a little mini review. And then I'm going to be doing some tea blends. And I actually am trying to package up orders. So, I'm going to do that while I am here live. But as you come in, please go ahead and hit the like button. All right, so I'm about to get my books out. I'm running a little bit late. I apologize. So I recently just got a book that I've wanted for a while, but I was waiting on purchasing it because I was reading reviews, and I always like to, can you guys see? I always like to read reviews before I get books. So we're going to talk about the Holistic Self-Diagnosis. This is a really thick book. Is it 700 pages? Let's see. No, it's about 571 pages. We're going to talk about, and I should have gotten them out first. This one, which is Melanin. The Power and Science of Melanin, the biochemical that makes Black people Black. All right, and two more I want to talk about. They must be on this side behind me. All right. I have African Holistic Health, which I'm going to talk about. And then the last one, what side is it on? I apologize. I should have had it out. I'm trying to remember where I have it. I know I've seen it. This is not it. I'm going to have to cut this part out, but let me get up and find it. Oh, here it is. Okay. And the last book that I have is Pills for Ills That Can Kill. So this is the last one. This is the back of the book. I'm going to start with African Holistic Health first because that's the one that I started off with. And I was able to see him, Dr. Llaila Afrika. I don't know if I pronounced it right. I hope I did. And he actually said that he didn't recommend that people got this book because I think that they maybe cleared it up, but he said that he was not getting any of the proceeds for this book. And this book, I listened to a lecture, and he said he completed this one at the age of 30, and this one was at the age of 70. And so this one does have some of the same information, which is one of the main reviews that I was looking for to see if it was the same thing as this one. This one is more for different diagnostic charts. And so it says simple, easy to use diagnosis methods for non-professionals and professionals. Learn to identify diseases and their causes. Learn the many diseases revealed by fingernail shape, lips, teeth, tongue, nose, ears, eyes, eyebrows, face, hair. And hey, TT, how are you doing today? Thank you for joining. Learn many body signs of sickness, and there's many illustrations, charts, tables, chemical tests. Feet, and there's other, I don't know if I wanted to say the exact word because I'm not trying to have to put that this is for adult audiences, but that is one of the things, my reviews of this book. But anyway, it is a really thick book, as you guys can tell. It's 575 pages, and it is 8.5 by 11. So he has really big figures in here, and my children already came in here and scribbled in here. But one of the things that he says in the beginning of this book is that, let's see, if you try to learn all the methods, you may feel overwhelmed. Some methods are easier than others, while others present a challenge. Children and parents can learn many methods. Diagnosis skills will help you to gain the ability to investigate disease causes and prevent, avoid, and overcome illnesses. So yeah, that's pretty much what everyone was saying, that the way that he writes, or that some of the actual charts or diagrams were hard to understand, that it was overwhelming and different things like that. So I don't know exactly how many charts or diagrams I would say he has in here, But if I said even 100, that probably would be about the right number, actually. Um, they have some graphic ones in here. So if you look this book up on Amazon and you see the cover, you read all of it, and then you'll see the part that I left out. But it is very graphic. It's not going to be for children. I wasn't expecting it, and I had my children there, and so I had to close it quickly. But this is an example of one of the charts in here. It's just breaking down the different parts of a colon, and so it's called colon and body connection. So it tells you the different parts of the body that are connected to the different areas of the colon. So that's one example. Let's see. Location of metabolism of food types. And he actually hand drew these illustrations because I did read the introduction, and he did hand draw all of these. And they actually scanned all of these to be able to put this book together. And so that's why it took so long for him to be able to release this book. But yeah, it's a lot of different charts and tables and whatnot. And my only caveat with it is I think that it is useful, and this is not like an everyday reference. So pretty much like if you're having an issue in a certain part of your body or whatever, and you're like, I wonder why I have a rash here, or why XYZ is happening, then you can go to this book and reference it. But it's not really like a sit and read through kind of book. So it's probably not for everybody, and it is much more advanced. He goes into body shape and everything to be able to diagnose yourself or personalities that the person has or tendencies to certain types of issues. So I think it's a really good book. Now, it is expensive. I want to say... I'm not going to say expensive. I'll say more expensive. It was $55 or something like that. And so that's why I really wanted to make sure that it was going to have new information other than the other one that I had to spend $55 on it. Thank you, TT. Yeah, so let me make sure. Yes, please hit the like button. So yeah. But yeah, I do think it's worth it if you're going to use it in that way, and if you're going to use it often to diagnose certain parts of your body, like your feet or whatever. But it could be something that is not used all the time. So it can be one of those books that will kind of collect dust, I'll say. He has a section in here that says childhood and adult disease symptoms and signs. So I think that could be really helpful. A lot of people who watch are moms. So hopefully you guys can see. I want to see. I don't believe there was is there a table of contents? Okay, there is a table of contents, and it does let you go through the different parts of the body. Hello, Charlene Hill. Peace and blessings. Thank you for joining. Love and blessings to everyone in the chat. Thank you. Yeah, so he does have sections for digestion, nose, lips, face, face type and health problems, eyes and fingers, toes, teeth, cheeks. So you could really be specific and come and look at your whole body. I know that he has tongue in here as well, feet, and he has some section on acupuncture. So it's a lot of different things in here, and a small section for adult and childhood disease symptoms and signs, and some tests that you can do as well. Blood test interpretation, tests the nutrients. So it's a lot of information. So it's definitely going to be something that's going to take you a while to get through. But I think that this is good. And he says that, let me see if I can see it on here. There's no science background required to diagnose illnesses. You will enjoy the simple and easy to use diagnosing methods. You will no longer be confused about how and why you got sick. It helps you stop spending money on useless remedies. You'll be able to quickly and accurately identify the cause of an illness. explains the nutritional causes of high blood pressure, laboratory blood test results, and urine analysis, explains practical methods that can be used by children, non-professionals, and professionals. Do-it-yourself step-by-step skills to lead you to a disease diagnosis. So that's what it says in the back. My only thing is it does tell you like what's going on in certain parts of the body, but it doesn't necessarily, I left that up too long. It doesn't necessarily tell you the herbs. And so it's not and the book would have been much longer if it did have that information in here. So that's what people also put in as a review, is that it tells you problems, but doesn't give you solutions. And for that, you can look at some of his other books. But I would have liked more of a reference from him. He is deceased. But I would have loved if he would have came out with an actual reference. So that's the first one. The complete textbook of holistic self-diagnosis. All right, so the next one, just let me make sure I have some space, is African Holistic Health. And this is the first book that introduced me to him. And let's see, let me just refresh myself of it. I'll go to the table and contents in this one. So let me see what it says in the back. This book is a first of its kind on African holistics. It provides a wealth of information that had been missing in health, history, social science, and holistics. A masterpiece and must for all learned people, and a plus for those interested in learning more. So that is someone's editorial review on the back. So what I really like about, you have one or two of his books. Which two do you have? Do you have African Holistic Health? I think that this is probably the most popular because it was released several years, or 30 years is what he said before, at this other book as well, at least 30 years. So what I like about this book, I think this is the best book that you will get on the history of African herbalism. It's really good and really in-depth and really interesting. Let me see how long that section is. I will say that he has a personality that's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. He's really like a no-nonsense guy, and he doesn't sugarcoat anything. So you'll either like that or you won't. He does list some herbs in here. He has it broken down in sections by, let's see. He has sections here that just go into different vitamins and different herbs for each of those. And it also lets you know if you have a vitamin A deficiency, what that would look like. And so he goes through all of them, vitamins A, B, he goes through all of them and lists herbs, which is really helpful. And then he has a mineral guide, which does the same thing as well. That's something that I haven't seen in other books. He also has a section where he talks about some of the different terms that they use in herbalism. So let's see, alternatives, he says, bitter tonics. Hey, G Mama, thank you for joining. Calmatives, astringents. And so he basically tells you what those are, and he lists some remedies. But like I said, he doesn't really talk too much, other than listing herbs. He doesn't really talk too much about what they do. He does have a small section as well of recipes. It's a small section. Let's see, this menu. Oh, it's not that small. It's probably about 15 pages or so of different recipes. Some of them like date muffins, bean loaf, whole wheat bread, millet fruity cereal, a nut loaf. Let's see, okra stew, summer salad. And he does have them categorized. So he has a sweet potato mash, a papaya salad, avocado salad. He has an almond and cornmeal fufu. So, and fufu, that's an African dish. So crispy corn, corn pudding, corn soup, oatmeal casserole, banana milk, almond icing. So these are, it's pretty good because he does tell you, some suggestions on how you should eat. He has other books that I don't have. Like he has one, I believe, that's just on food combining. He didn't really mention that in this one. But I do like that he added that in there as well, some recipes, because a lot of times, as people said, they wanted solutions. And so it's good that he had those there. He has a little small section. It's about 1 page long. And it just talks about foods to avoid and their substitutes. So some for sugar, some for soft drinks. Even for cinnamon and black pepper, he has substitutes for those. And let's see. I have a fly in here. They left the door open. If you guys see it. And then he does have a section also talking about different things. So like this is menopause. He has a section talking about it. He includes supplements, herbs, foods, amino acids. He has a homeopathic remedy. And he just does that pretty much for different illnesses going all throughout. So this could be a really good book for those who just kind of want to look up a certain illness and just get a list of herbs. It's not really teaching you about the herbs, but it does give you somewhere to start from. And then you can look them up and find out more information about them, contraindications, or anything like that. All right, so that's this one. And you can actually purchase these books. And I think below I did list them. If not, I'll have to look back. Let me see. Oh, wow. Substitutes for cinnamon and black pepper is interesting. Yeah. You know, there's all types of theories about not using certain herbs because they can be irritants. So like cinnamon and black pepper can be. And so that's probably why I've seen stuff like that before. But I guess it's just everybody's preference. All right. And then this was, This was another book that I actually read a long time ago, but I'm wondering why I bought this one. This is actually, and did I get it signed? Yeah, I actually did get it signed. So that's nice. But anyway, so I did buy it at his conference. So this is about melanin. It's a short book. Let's see. It's 59 pages. And it just talks just about melanin, what melanin is. And I think that is really interesting because melanin is not something that we talk about or not something that we think that is important. And it determines so many different things, and it's so much more specific in our health. Having melanin makes us different and makes us react different to different things. And so this is a really good explanation of it. It's really in depth. And then he does have a little bit of tables in here. And he talks about the differences that we have in our body structure as well. Let's see what the back says. It says the negative and positive effects on children, biochemical differences between Black and white races, how to use it to increase health and get rid of diseases, how to protect and nourish melanin, melanin's effect on emotions and behavior, and how melanin is destroyed and manipulated. So that is him again on the back. I think it is a really good book to let you know about the importance of melanin because it's not talked about at all. And it is very valuable. All right. And so the last one that I have of his books is called Pills for Ills That Can Kill. So useless, dangerous prescription and non-prescription drugs. So as I said, he's a very no-nonsense person. And so even just from that lets people know if he's your type of person or not. Let's see. All right. So this book gets into government research that declares drugs are worthless. So he actually talks about there's some drugs that were found to not work. And so he has information in here, and he actually gives you links to certain things in here. Exposes the government's experts' analysis of dangerous prescription drugs sold daily. Prescription drug information that can save your life, helps you to stop taking drugs that cause disease and do not work. And your prescription drugs make you sick and kill you. So I just have to laugh with the way that it's written, but it's just he's very serious in his approach. So definitely, if you have a family member or if you are a person who takes prescription drugs, I do think that this is good to look up what you're actually taking and knowing the long-term effects on the body. So let me just go ahead and find something. So most people, when I'm working with people, a lot of times it's high blood pressure medicine. So I'm gonna go to heart drugs. Let's see. I want to see. I don't think this is the section I want. He's explaining what actually causes it. And I wanted to see which. It's not what I'm looking for. I want to see heart attack drugs. Let's see. That's one of the things. I don't feel like his indexes in his books or his table of contents usually can help point you to what you're actually looking for. I wanted to see where he's listing different drugs here. Let's see. Is this my, okay. Well, if anyone actually does take, okay, maybe my chemicals that harm. If anyone has a medicine that they want me to look up as well, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really look like it has what I was looking for, but I would have to look through it. But let's see. I do find the index if you guys want me to talk about it. But let's say some ingredients that he has here. He has mineral oil. So he says effect. It destroys vitamin A, D, E, and K and causes dandruff. So a lot of hair products have mineral oil in it. And so if you have dandruff, that could possibly be one of the side effects from mineral oil. Let me see. Didn't miss anything. Okay. He also has, let's see. Let's see, relaxer. What's in relaxers? Okay, propylene glycol. He says it moisturizes, transports chemicals into hair, bloods, and nerves, and causes skin disease. Propylene glycol is commonly found in as a preservative in many of our body and skincare products. Let's see. Sodium lauryl sulfate, that's lye. It stabilizes color, prevents growth, destroys and dissolves nerves, skin, bones, cells, and hair. It damages the liver, kidney, brain, and nerve cells. So it can just be really interesting. If you are one person who likes to read your labels, if you want to go through it and see all the different herbs, all of the different chemicals that he lists and some of the uses for them and what they do actually on the body and on the hair or on the skin. Let's see. He also has here chewing gum, and that commercial toothpaste have these same ingredients. Let's see. Aluminum he puts in here. It causes respiratory failure. It's a skin irritant. So yeah, if you're a person who's interested, if you have prescription drugs, or if you are interested in looking at the chemicals in different products that you have for your skin, hair, or that you are even eating, because I saw that it says something about beer. If I can find that page again. But some of his books, I think they can be grouped a little bit better. So it's hard to find what you're looking for. Yeah, I don't see it. Chewing gum damage. page 90. Let's see. Okay, so he has malt liquor, and he talks about some of the things that are in them. Some of the poisonous chemicals in malt liquor and beer are listed below. There are additional poisons in the malt and beer that come from chemicals in the fertilizers used in growing the plants, along with herbicides, pesticides, and hormones that were used to grow barley and hops. So the alcohol and sugar dehydrates the body and causes a thirst for more. Processed sugars and alcohols are addicting. He says there's methanol in it, which is a wood alcohol, and it's a poison. It has ethanol, which is a narcotic, a starch alcohol, a poison, and a narcotic. Butanol, a poison, a narcotic, petroleum alcohol, and isobutanol, a poison, a natural gas, and alcohol. So it has 4 different alcohols, it looks like in here. Oh, no, it has more. It says it also has histamine as well, and white sugar. So it's just really interesting. So if you're interested in the things that you're eating and how they affect your body, that's a good one. All right, I did get some new books, and I wanted to talk about those. But actually, before I do, I wanted to remind everybody that I am selling some bulk herbs. And so there is a link in the description if you are interested. And I did sell out of some herbs. So I want to thank everybody who did purchase some of the herbs. Some that I have are alfalfa leaf, and I know I go so fast. Okay, but thank you, TT. I have dandelion leaf. I know it's early for a lot of people, or a lot of people are on lunch or break, so that's perfectly fine. I have ginkgo, and some other ones. I have yarrow flower. I have, hopefully I didn't go too fast. I have chamomile flowers. I have, I think, maybe, do I have mullein leaf on there? I may. And I have some other things like elderberries that I just put. I put hawthornberry as well, and rose hips, the actual whole rose hips, and some other herbs. So make sure you guys check them out. So I do have the link down in the description. And when I do package them up, this is how I'm packaging them. For, I do plan on changing it though. I'm actually going to get some that are more eco-friendly, that are craft. So I'm going to have to order those because I'm almost out. So this is like the yarrow. This is what an ounce of yarrow looks like. So I am selling by ounce. So you can get an ounce or you can get more as well. So this is what an ounce of yarrow flower looks like. An ounce of dandelion leaf. So with leaves, you'll usually get more. And like with flowers, you'll get more. But other things like roots, it may not fill up the whole package because those are just heavier, if you can imagine. So this is wood betony here. I think I'm actually going to take wood betony off the list. Ginkgo. So yeah, I have a lot to go out today. So definitely, if you are interested, check that out and try to get stuff before it sells out. All right, so other books that I want to talk about. I just got this book here. It's called Nature Power. And you guys can ask me questions or whatever. You guys are so quiet sometimes. That's a nice amount. Yeah, an ounce of a lot of herbs is what most people need. But the thing is, with most companies, you can only purchase probably like 4 ounces. And they don't want to sell it because the price of shipping is what's going to be most of the price. I did offer also for those who have herbs and you want to trade some that you have that I may not have, you can also reach out to me. My information is on the About section where you can purchase them. But as I said, most places when you're ordering, if you try to order from Star West, Mountain Rose Herbs, Frontier Co-op, Jeans Greens, those are the places that I've purchased from for a majority of what I have. And you're going to pay at least $10 just on shipping. So they usually, the price will be pretty steep. But I've pretty much, just selling them at the price that I got them because I do have quite a bit of them. And so If you are interested, do check it out. All right. So Nature Power says natural medicine in tropical Africa. So I'm going to talk about it in a little bit. That's it. Oh yeah. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. I did talk about how I'm working on a book and I'm actually finished with it. This is not all of the pages, but this is a good majority of the pages that I did print out. Right now it's about 375 pages. I still am missing some pages because I'm working on other things here like this that I'm going to do my tea blends for. But one thing, because I like to get tons of books and go through them and whatever, I really saw that we really do need a book that's going to be a one-stop shop, because there's so many other books on Chinese herbalism or European herbalism, and they not only have the information in there, but they have references, they have all types of things in there. But when it comes to African herbalism, it's like you can't get everything in once. I don't know why that is, but there just seems to be no book that one is telling you how to make all these things that you want to make, tinctures, extracts, or whatever, that are going to give you the reference of the herbs and give you the information. So it's really sad that we don't have that already, but hopefully, blessings to, oh, okay. But hopefully that book will fill the need and the void for it. So this is a book that I wanted to see what else they had out there about African herbalism. So this is what it's supposed to be. But what I found about these books is a lot of times they're not telling you about like historical practices. They're telling you about things now. And I purchased this other book, and it's the first time I've ever had to send a book back, but I did because it just wasn't good at all. And I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, it was just not good. But yeah, so this one it talks very little about African medical tradition. It goes from page 18 to 36. So I was looking for more than this, but the only reason why I decided not to send it back is because it does have some useful information. It goes into, let's see. It talks about different herbal remedies for common illnesses. Hey, Princess Lamar, thank you for joining. So yeah, it talks about different herbal remedies for typhoid fever, malaria fever, peptic ulcers, hepatitis, anemia, chest and waist pain, different things like that. Let's see. It says something, it has a little section about gynecology, so infertility, impotence, and menopause. But really, when you're looking for African herbalism, there's very little. And so the best book that there is the one I talked about, African Holistic Health, that will talk about the history and also some of the practices as well. But other than that, it's really sad that there really isn't a focus on it. There are some things that they have in here, like they do have some recipes. What's this one? Not like this one right here. It says you have aloe vera leaves, bare bottle of honey, bare bottle of water, and tablespoons of dried powdered ginger. So it's just weird because it's like, would you have to fill a bare bottle of honey, or it's like it's wondering why it's a measurement of beer bottles, but I guess that's maybe that is more common to find beer bottles with other ingredients in it as well, but it's just a little bit weird. So that might be something that is not that cut and dry for everyone. I'm going to see some other recipes we have in here. And they actually didn't name that many medicinal African plants either. So it's just it's very weird. Hey, Carissa, how are you? And I sent out your package. I think that was yesterday or the day before. Let's see. But so yeah, a lot of these books are very underwhelming, to say the least. But I think it's an okay book, but I can't really recommend it. But that is a new one that I got. There's a recipe right here that says lemongrass leaves, orange peels, and leaves of Morinda lucia. And then that might also, because I don't believe there was a reference that tells you what the herbs common name are. So that's another thing too. But I do like when it does list the name of some plants, that it does list in English, and it'll tell you like Yoruba, it's called this, Igbo, it's called this. So that is good. But it doesn't have that for everything. But yeah, so it's a decent book. All right, so that is that one. I'm trying to think, did I get any other new ones? I think that's all that I want to talk about as far as that goes. All right, so I do want to do some tea blends, and I do want to package up some more herbs. And I was talking earlier about selling some bulk herbs lately. Let me move this down. What time is it? Okay, am I doing good on? Yeah, okay. So I want to make some tea blends first. So let me move stuff, and I'm gonna have to move you down again. Sorry. Oh, it's kind of flip flop. Sorry. All right. So that's what I'm working on for the book. I'm actually now just doing recipes. And so I'm going to work on two different ones here. I have one that I made for the stomach, and it's going to have, I don't know. I have my pen here. So basically what I do is when I'm making something, I just write different herbs down that I think I want to work with, and I just put them all out, and I just start making my blend. So that's what I'm going to do. So the first one is the stomach. It has fennel, ginger, clove, cardamom, peppermint. Those are just what I wrote down. And sometimes I'll pick other herbs while I'm picking it out, or sometimes I'll leave something out. And then my second one is going to be for the lungs. And that one I put, excuse me, it's going to be a restorative blend. And I put mullein, hyssop, cinnamon chips, horsetail, meadowsweet. And of course, I can add more things. But those are just things that I wanted to work with, and I just put them down. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm doing great. I hope you are too. You're so quick on getting my package out. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I try to, because I try to get things out quick, because I put them in my mailbox to get picked up, and I don't want it to be too many out there. So, all right. So again, the herbs that I do have, and I do have more, but some of them: yarrow flower, dandelion leaf, and alfalfa, and ginkgo. I did put some new ones. I put ginkgo, hawthornberry, elderberries, rose hips, the whole rose hips. And this is what they will look like. So like these. These are 1 ounces of each. Yeah, 1 ounce. And that's about all I can fit in these packages. And then I have others as well. When they're bigger, I put them in bags like this. All right. So I'm going to work on my tea blend. You guys can see everything. All right. So I'm going to get my ingredients. So my fennel. So here's my cardamom. I did say cardamom. My peppermint, which I only have a little bit of. I didn't get clove, and I didn't bring ginger. So I might need to skip this one unless I want to do something else. I do have fennel. Yeah, I don't have my ginger. So I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to do the other one, my lung one. So I'm going to use my mullein. I did bring my hyssop, and I did bring goldenrod. I think I want to add that in. And I did bring my horsetail. You guys see everything. All right. It's lemon balm. All right, that's hyssop and meadowsweet and my cinnamon chips. All right, so you're going to see how many is of these. And I'm going to show you what each of these herbs look like. I may put, or I might have put mullein on the list. I'm going to just show you guys what it looks like. So this is my mullein. It's a very light green. It's not really picking it up very well. And you can see some pieces that are more like a stem. Hopefully it's focusing. Yeah, a lot of people do use the mullein for smoking as well. And it's thought to help with the lungs. I have wild lettuce outside, and that's actually what a lot of people do too, is because it's kind of hollow, the stems. They'll actually use the stems of it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put in some. And this is just a blend for me, so I don't have to have one next up here. All right, so let's see how much I feel like put in here. And mullein is very, very fluffy. So that's what that looks like so far. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and put some horsetail. And horsetail, it is good for like connective tissue and all that. I like it for restoring as far as minerals go. Let me use this so it doesn't make as much noise. And I have to write down how much I'm using here. I'll show you guys what, oops, I'm spilling over here. And what I usually do, like if you guys have everyday herbs, when you're making the teas, you're going to make enough so that you can have multiple cups with it. And so that's what I usually do. And I make my teas really strong as well. So this is horsetail. You guys can see. And it's the aerial parts of the horsetail that's used. Horsetail is actually the highest quantity of silica that we have in a plant. So, but it does have lots of different minerals in it. It's known to be very good for the bones. So that's horsetail. And horsetail has a pretty good taste. So I like it. All right. Then I'm going to put in, whoop, and I got this so filled. Some meadow sweet. All right, so that's my meadow sweet here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. What kind of blends are you guys really interested in? I'm actually in the process of doing one or doing some for all the different body parts and capsules and tinctures and all that. So it's really fun and it keeps me accountable. We'll do all of that. I think I had it in my mind that I was going to use as much as I put on here. You guys are so quiet. All right. So that's that. And what else am I mixing in here? Hyssop. I do like hyssop. It does have a more of a bitter flavor. So I usually do like to use anise hyssop because they do have similar properties. But I don't have it up here, so I'm not going to do it right now. We're just going to put a bit. And hyssop just has like a mint-like flavor. It is in the mint family. And mints, you don't need very much of them. And I'm not keeping up with how much I'm putting. So we're just going to put that amount. And then we're going to put some cinnamon chips, which, where are my cinnamon chips? Oh, okay. And you guys, my little baby food containers. And with cinnamon, I don't need very much either. But I do want more than that. Now, I think because of the way it looks, and this is what the cinnamon chips look like. Hello, Melissa. I'm tongue-tied. Excuse me. Millicent. Hope I said it right. Tell me how to pronounce it, please. Millicent Morris. Thank you for joining. And so I'm going to add some fennel seeds. Actually, fennel, I need to add that to the list of herbs because I have plenty of fennel. And I think everyone needs fennel. It's a really good herb. It has sweetness. It's a really unique taste. It does have some bitterness, but it's a really good herb to have. I think I like a little bit more. Yeah. And this should taste really nice. So let me go ahead and add that. All right. So this is my tea for restoring the lungs and the body. And I did take out goldenrod. And I think that that would be good, especially for a person who is prone to allergies, like sneezing and like when the pollen. So like during the spring, summer months, I definitely think that that's a good option to add in as well. What exactly what you said, body parts. And mood enhancing, morning, evening, waking up, sleeping, changing mood, boost positivity. Oh, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's a lot. It got all blurry. I'm not sure why. Oh, okay. There we go. Let me move you guys up. All right. Yeah. So that's hitting a lot of different things. And those are good suggestions. Just enhancing the mood. Yeah. So I'll have to write those down. Enhancing the mood. Or a morning tea. Yeah. Because there's a lot of bedtime tea. Yeah. I would say most teas are for the morning, especially the ones that are for focus and all of that. But yeah, those are good suggestions. So yeah, that's what that one looks like. All right. Well, nobody's talking today. Nobody's asking any questions. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave early today. But yeah, check out the description for some of the books that I talked about. And also to be able to get yourself some herbs. I think I wrote down something else that I want to talk about. And I just put recently on my site a bundle of 4 of my books together now because I had 3 together. Let me see if I have them. I apologize. I should have had my stuff out today, but I didn't. Where did I put them? Oh, here they are. Okay, so I have this now as a bundle, 4 different books. So these are for people that are new to herbalism and they want to study, like self-study, study at home. So everyday herbs, good smells. This is perfume making and for diffuser blends. This one is for... It has like my deodorant recipe in here. Actually, it has 2 different ones in there. Body washes, facial toners, scrubs, body wash, mouthwash. So it has all of those types of recipes in this one. Recipes from the Earth is what it's called. And then the herb journal is in there as well. And that one has 75 different herbs in here. So it's about 230-ish pages or so. And so you just have space in here to document all the stuff that you learn about your herbs and keep them in one place. Hopefully you guys can see everything. But yeah, so it's a journal to study all of your different herbs in here. So yeah, so I have a bundle of those 3. You can get those below as well. But if you don't have any questions, let me just read. Yeah, I don't have any questions. So I will see you guys later. And thank you guys for watching.